Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Transitions for More. I'm your host, Mike Urko, Marine Corps veteran. I've returned from Iraq and faced the challenges of PTSD, addiction, and grief to create a new life that is balanced and healthy in mind, body, and spirit. Each episode, I'll share some of my journey or interview inspiring veterans and subject matter experts to help us find that purpose and connection we all crave. You guys can follow the show on Instagram at Transitions for More. Join our TFW page on Facebook, Twitter, and transitionsformore.com. If you have any questions, comments, or topic ideas, feel free to email me at mike@transitionsformore.com. If you guys enjoy the show, please leave us a rating and review on iTunes or wherever you get your podcasts. Without any more dilly-dally, let's get to the interview.
And we're back. Try timing that across 8-hour time difference. What's up?
I know. Couldn't even tell it's two different people talking.
Boom.
Yeah,
what's cracking, man?
Dude, I am in Petaluma, California, holding it down out here. I got my dog. Let's introduce him to the podcast. Bruno, say something. Yeah, he just grunts and grounds and yeah, man. Yeah.
Bruno's cool.
He's a cool dog, man. He wakes me up and lick my face at like 2:30 in the morning to feed him. Maybe that's why I get up so early. Maybe it's not just insomnia.
That could be. Yeah. Usually when something wakes you up with like unexpected licking to the face, it's
especially
time to get up, man.
If it's got ass breath, which most dogs do.
Yeah. Get that dose of ass breath adrenaline, you know?
Best part of waking up
is ass breath in your cup.
Exactly. Man. There you go, Folgers. New commercial. Hey, man. No, things are out here okay. I got a couple live crabs in my garage right now in a bucket being aerated, and they're just like waiting to be cooked. I don't think they know they're going to be cooked, but they are. Yeah.
What is aeration? How does that work? You catch them and then you
put them in a bucket of water, and then you got a little motor with either battery run motor, or you plug it in the wall and it just puts little air bubbles in the water so these crabs can breathe.
Oh, so you're just it's not like a process that you have to do.
No,
like drying them out or something, like
just storing them until I cook them.
Cool, yeah. Man. That's awesome.
Got that. I got a little mini freezer full of one shelf's got bait and two shelves got ducks and geese, all processed and frozen.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, man. So hunting season, well, it's over. Duck season is over and geese season, but we got one weekend, Super Bowl weekend, where you can do it's like they have veterans out to shoot, so it's vet weekend, so I'll be shooting for a day there.
Oh, you're allowed then? Like, yeah. California allows it?
California actually recognizes
it has veterans. Like a special veterans weekend for hunting. That's awesome.
Yeah. This weekend right now is youth weekend, I think. So they have like the young hunters, young bucks shooting birds.
That's cool, man.
Dude, it's awesome. I'm liking this hunting lifestyle. So got a chance I might be able to go to Idaho in the fall and shoot an elk. So more details on that if anything comes of it.
Do you know what rifle you're going to hunt with for that?
Well, I got my 30-06, but my guy out in Idaho, dude, he showed me his collection. It's a freaking armory. It looked like they based the TV series The Punisher off of his little armory. Just a wall full of rifles and handguns. I'm like, geez. Wow. It was impressive. So he's like, yeah, man, we're gonna use one of my rifles. They're dialed up to 1,000. So can't miss on one of these trophies. I'm like, yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Like, I remember when I was actually, he was one of the dudes who got me into this is messed up. All right. So I was a Boy Scout. I told you that. And one of the dudes who I was a Boy Scout with was really into hunting, and it was with him where I first shot my first large caliber anything. Right,
Yeah.
like in Boy Scouts, you mostly shoot like
22s,
22s.
maybe a shotgun.
Good for good for fundamentals of marksmanship, but not a whole lot else. But with him, we went and shot like 30-06 and a 7 mil Remington Magnum,
Dude.
like 7 mil Rem Mag.
Bro,
and he
how
told
old
me,
were you when you shot that? That's some serious caliber right there.
I was probably 15 or 16, maybe.
Impressive. That 30 out, man. That's what I got. That's got some kick.
It does, but the 7 mil Rem Mag has
7
some
mil.
like,
yeah, even more.
and I was like, dude, why do you have this thing? Because if you look at the round, isn't that much different than the 30-06 round.
Yeah, exactly.
If you're looking at the round part.
Yeah.
But the casing is like, it's huge comparatively. And he's like, it's for hunting in Montana, man. And that's why I asked it, because I guess when you're going to be shooting across canyons and this kind of thing.
Yeah.
To take down a big animal like an elk or a moose, you need something with a little more kick than like a 30-06.
Dude, 30-aught will take down an elk, but those things just have a little extra
oomph to them.
Yeah, I mean, if you need it, or if you need to go hunt elephants, I guess. But
I'm all about the elephant. All about the elephant. Let's poach some elephants of the 5 that are still left in the world. No,
exactly.
Yeah, dude. I'm looking outside and there's all these Soviet buildings, and I'm like, I bet you with a 7 mil Rem Mag, I
think about stuff like that all the time.
Just like, dude, it could be like a slaughter from apartment building. It's horrible.
Just have your own Call of Duty
centered for that. Yeah, I mean, it's just the brain made the connection. I'm not saying I'm going to do it, of course, but yeah, man. That's really cool, though. Idaho is one of those like really beautiful areas. Idaho and Utah are beautiful. They just got a lot of
Mormons.
Yeah. For you, it doesn't matter though. You don't drink at all, so that's
exactly
cool. You can go there, and it's like whatever, man.
Jokes on
you. Might
you
have a hard time catching some coffee, but other than that, you're good to go.
I feel extra naughty drinking coffee in Utah. I loved it.
All right, I was a Cub Scout leader when I was stationed at Camp Lejeune, and the guy who I knew, he was an Eagle Scout, whatever. He was a Mormon, and they told me there's no coffee rule. And I used to hang out. It was before the Starbucks was in Jacksonville.
Yeah.
So I used to hang out there at some like off-brand. It was like an old bank building that they had, like the bank branch building that they had changed into like a local coffee house. It was called Beans. I don't know if you remember it. You would have been there though, around that time.
I was drinking, but mostly beer back then.
Okay. So this was a little coffee house, and and I knew that they didn't like drinking alcohol. And so I was like, all right, I'm not gonna, walk in. And I knew that they didn't want like coffee. So I was like, oh yeah, all right. Well, their church is like a community center too. It doesn't have this kind of feeling like a Catholic church when you walk in there, and it's just like, this feels like
glass windows
exactly. And Jesus
just getting impaled on a cross.
Emaciated. Yeah. So I was like, okay, cool. I'll bring tea. And I walked in, and I was like, my buddy's wife was there. And I was like, oh yeah, Lisa, I know you guys don't like coffee. So I brought tea. And she's like, yeah, we don't allow tea either. And I just like dropped it right in the trash can. And I was like, oops.
Yeah.
Exactly. Like committing sacrilege on their, it was stupid, man.
But you think you're being nice. It's like, guys, exactly. I know you don't do cocaine. I just brought lots of weed.
Just lots of weed. Exactly. It's like, I know you don't like pork, but I brought bacon. It's okay.
Yeah, I brought bacon. It's okay.
It's so processed that you can't even tell it's pork.
You think we have any Mormons who listen to the show?
I would say it's doubtful, but it's possible. There might be a couple who left the church and listened to us, but
if you are LDS and listening to this podcast, would you email us, Mike@transitionsfromwar.com? let us know.
Yeah. And then say, you offended me today.
Yeah, let us know, man.
Yeah.
I'm sure there's one Mormon. We might even have a vegan or two listening to our show. I don't know how
It's
they got through that
possible.
last segment.
I've been trying to cook some more vegetarian stuff these days. That's all. Trying, not even getting there. No, I mean,
no.
All right, I guess we can segue to the like goals, right, for the year.
Yeah.
One of my goals is to be less of a fat ass, right? Like I have all these different goals. One is to lose some weight. The other is to get stronger. This kind of stuff.
Getting stronger.
Getting stronger. Yeah.
I have similar goals. I stepped on the scale. I didn't mean to, because I had this just fear of what I'd see. And I saw it.
Oh, that hurts, right?
Dude, I think I put on about 30 libs with this pandemic.
Over the course of 2 years.
Yeah.
But that was over the course of 2 years, right? Like
or the course of 2 years and 3 variants. Yes, I have put on 30 libs. A good part of that, I'm guessing, is probably red vines.
I'm trying to think of mine's definitely pizza. Yeah, pizza. My face looks fat right now, but it's because I'm not feeling too well, and I got some sort of like, I don't know what's going on. Shit, you know what I mean?
You probably need to get your wisdom teeth taken down.
I hope not. I don't want to fuck.
I was looking in the mirror yesterday and doing this, like double chin, single chin, double chin. Yeah, it's so the goal would be to have less of that.
Yeah. Well, I mean, so I haven't drank since November, since like
10th
Marine Corps birthday. Yep.
Nice.
And so I'm coming up on my 3 months, which was the goal. But also started trying to just eat healthier. And, I have such a history of like all of these fads, like it's almost 15 years ago now, but when I did some CrossFit stuff, I was like, oh yeah, I'll do zone paleo, and just was doing it like the worst way, like it was like lunch meat and nuts. And so you're like counting the number of almonds and, and like eating sodium, just the worst shit for yourself. So
just this time just taking all the enjoyment out of food too.
Exactly. So I just now trying to just add vegetables.
Yeah.
And protein. That's like the way goal. To go. Yeah.
I mean, well, my grandfather told me this, but he was more of a fan of crowding out the bad stuff, the better stuff, as opposed to eliminating it. Just eat more of the good stuff.
Exactly. Yes. Like if you get the munchies at night, if you're eating cottage cheese, it's not going to kill you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Or like Greek yogurt or something. And so we're just doing that. And evidently it's working. Like I'm down from my pandemic high. I'm still like 15 pounds from my all-time high, which was like 2017, I think, right before I started working out and like getting into triathlon. But all right, so I didn't tell you this, but like a couple of weeks ago, I hit a major life goal. There's some caveats associated with it, but basically I got paid to fly to a different country to lecture.
I thought you were going to say kill somebody.
No. I just missed. So I flew to Ukraine to help teach this like winter school thing. And what's funny about it is it's a cool thing. It's like, oh, I got to fly to a different country. But like actually from Estonia to Ukraine, it's like a 4-hour flight. That's like flying to Colorado for you.
Yeah, exactly.
But for me, I flew to a different country. And I just barely missed the State Department saying American citizens get out.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Invasion's coming.
Exactly. But on my way out, you hit passport control and I'm like, hand my stuff. And the lady like takes my picture, or like there's a thing where they look at your passport and then they have like a camera that takes your picture. And at first I thought like, oh man, I must have had my eyes closed because she kept taking my picture. And then she like said something to the lady next to her in Ukrainian. And I couldn't understand it really because Ukrainian is not close enough to Russian for me to understand.
Yeah.
So she's like, you're going to have to go over here. And I was like, what the fuck is going on? You know, she took like 5 pictures of me and I'm like, dude, what? I can't be blinking that many times.
Right.
And then the lady's like, it's a good problem to have. And basically what happened is my face from like my 2016 picture had gotten smaller.
Ah.
So it wasn't matching with the facial recognition algorithm.
Your face is having not too much fat.
Yes,
it's small.
Your head's smaller. And so that was cool. But at first I was like, am I in trouble or something? What the fuck is going on here? So the vegetables.
Were you thinking you're about to get thrown in the gulag?
Yeah, I thought something was going to happen. I was like, dude, this is not cool. And then it was like, this is good problem to have. And like,
problem to have.
And so I was like, okay.
Oh, that's funny, man.
But
that's cool.
It is cool. But so it's like, all right, so shit's going in a positive direction at least, you know?
Yeah. Figure though, if you go to like a Soviet style Eastern Bloc prison, you come out with hand tattoos. That seems to be the way of every movie I've seen that involves Eastern Europe and Russia. Lots of hand tattoos.
I've seen a lot of those actually. Yeah. Lots of hand tattoos. Do you notice, do you have tattoo prejudices? This is a random question, but do you have, yeah?
Yeah.
Do you mind stating a couple of them before I state them? And
having the name, probably an ex, but not at the time, like a girlfriend, boyfriend tattooed on cursive on your neck.
Oh yeah.
Anyone who has Carpe Diem tattooed on their forearm or anywhere else.
Okay.
Let's throw in yin yang signs.
Oh yeah, and like tramp stamps, like any, like the barbed wire here.
Bro,
that's
I
like
got a guy here who's got half
point
barbed wire. Didn't even complete the circuit. And as he's gotten fatter, the barbed wire, like just the gap stretches. In it, like grows.
That's funny.
Yeah.
I still can't hang with like if someone has neck tattoos, I definitely have preconceptions about them before they open their mouth. Neck or face.
Yeah, face. That's rough, bro. That is rough.
It is.
Here's when it's acceptable to have face tattoos. If your name is Mike Tyson, that's it.
Pretty much. Yeah. Actually, I'm going to go to a dark place right now. We didn't talk about this before, but I had a cousin who just committed suicide.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear
that. I mean, I think he committed suicide. He's dead one way or the other. It just happened this week. And then there was a Marine who committed suicide, who I barely knew. Like I'm not trying to like claim, you know what I'm saying? Like sometimes it's like guys you know real well. Yeah. Like he was in my fire team when I was a fire team leader, when we were both boots. Okay. Yeah. And it's years and years later, he's a staff sergeant. And then I heard he died like last week. And so I just this is like a public service announcement. Don't kill yourself. Talk to somebody, no matter how dark you feel, or if you feel like it's like your family would be better off or something, don't fucking do it. Give yourself some time.
Yes. 1-800-273-8255 is the veteran crisis line in the United States. So that's 1-800-273-8255.
So when I heard that he had died, I was going through his Facebook page because this is how I heard about it. Like my mom called me and she's like, hey, your cousin so-and-so is saying that her brother died. So maybe go talk or go like take a look or whatever. And I started looking at his pictures and I hadn't talked to the dude in 10 years, probably maybe a little more than 10 years.
Yeah.
And in between he had done a couple stints in prison, you know, and he had like face tattoos, like, and I don't mean like one or two, but I mean like
some teardrops and all kinds of shit.
Teardrops and yeah, dude. And it's such a different world then like I looked at his Facebook page and he straight up had stuff where he's like throwing up gang signs.
Yeah.
Some of which I knew and some of which I had no idea. I'm just
Yeah. That's
it was like weird, man, to
serious.
see like when we were kids, we were from the same kind of background, basically.
Yeah.
And to see how people go in different ways. You know, he had pictures of like money, like stacks of hundies, like Franklin's up on
Yeah.
his page. It was so weird. But, you know, I saw a few weeks ago, you know how you just kind of keep up with people through social media? You don't
Mhm.
think of reaching out. I saw a picture or I saw like a thing of him where he had a kid like when like back in the when I was still in the Marine Corps, he had like gotten out of prison and then somehow managed to like knock up 3 women in like 3 or 4 months.
Nastarovia.
Dude, that's how we behaved, or at least how I behaved. But I
Yeah.
just wrapped it up and was lucky, I guess. And so he had this like story of his kid. He's like, all right, y'all. Hey, my kid has this like hilarious ass impression of me. And then the kid gets up and he's like, yo, what up, what up, what up, y'all? What up, G? What happened? You know, and I was like, that's a dead on impression.
Wow.
Like dead on. But it looked like life was good for him and everything was okay. And then this stuff happens like less than a couple months later. So I don't know if I'm saying reach out or whatever, but I feel kind of obligated to at least mention it and say, you know, rest in peace to those 2 guys. I'm not going to put their names out there, but, you know, just talk to somebody, people.
I'd say so. Yeah.
I mean, a lot of people, and you're the expert in this, you know, if we want to talk about AI use in public services, then I'll talk.
Yeah.
But they, typically, right? Like if you are feeling you have suicidal ideation, then you give it some time. Like, don't most people come out of that and eventually
Mm-hmm.
have a space where they can kind of handle their demons? That's my understanding of it.
That's the thing, is like when you're going through it, it can feel like it's never going to end, but it does. It does. You know how it ends is you talk to somebody, you do something healthy for you that feels good. Sometimes it's take a shower. I don't know. Sometimes it's go to sleep. Sometimes it's eat some food. You know, pet your dog. Yeah, but reaching out to talk to somebody else, give you kind of reality check, because your brain is not working correctly when that's happening. It's like having a sprained brain. It is not functioning correctly. Yeah, so reaching out so you can, you know, have one of your homies check you, be like, no, man, it's not that serious, or, you know, not to downplay whatever you're going through, but it's like, it's not worth killing yourself over.
Yeah, there's I don't know. I guess I've always had like when I've had problems like that, it was more toward this like this is really bad because like have you ever read the book How to Change Your Mind by Michael Pollan?
Yes, I have. Loved it.
You have. Okay. So like when I've had problems with this, it's been on the side of the spectrum that's more toward like addiction and like where you focus too much on something
Uh-huh.
and you get these cyclical kind of
Thoughts
of whatever. Yeah. As opposed to the ones like psychosis where you kind of fake things, or not fake things, but where you are hallucinating and these types of deals. I don't know. So I guess my experience is only with this side. And so I guess you got to do something to break that cycle, right?
Mm-hmm.
And that's what you're talking about, is to try and now psychosis and stuff I have zero experience with, or like, you know, bipolar where you get to the point where you're having hallucinations or whatever. I've never experienced that.
Yeah.
Can't speak on it, but I just would like to not see so many people killing themselves. That's all.
Yeah, no, I agree. I don't know what else I have to say that'd be helpful for that, but yeah. So somewhat of a segue here is
Yeah.
plaque that's right behind me So I got this plaque. It's got a little Marine Corps blood stripe, side of the dress blues, and it's got my ribbons, medals on it, and it has my name. So my staff sergeant I had for like 2 months before I got out, just like put this together for me, and gave it to me as I was getting out. Really cool. And so on these, they have your name, rank, unit, and then they have like a little phrase and quotations that you used to say all the time.
Mm-hmm.
And our kind of rallying cry in our platoon was like, "Hey, what's up, man? Kill yourself." And so on there it just says, "Kill yourself." And it's such a cool plaque, and I want to put it up in my office, but I can't because it says "Kill yourself." So, yeah, it's a cool plaque. Just don't do the thing that it says.
Yeah, just put tape over it and be like, no, it's a classified statement that we used to say.
Yeah,
actually cannot.
Can't give away that intel.
Yeah, exactly. It's top secret. Poke your eyes out.
Yeah, exactly. That's one of the interesting things in my life.
Yeah. Dude, that's funny. It's also funny how over time, I don't know, things it's not only because I mean, okay, so there's the societal change of what's acceptable versus what's not.
Yeah.
And then there's also like your personal changing. And as you change, you probably wouldn't say that to somebody right now, but you would say that all the time when you're a corporal of Marines or whatever in 2004, 2005.
Oh, yeah. Just walk by, be like, "Hey, Panis Abalis, fucking kill yourself."
Yeah.
Like, "Hey, what's up, man? How you doing?" "Oh, I'm good. I'll see you later." But
yeah.
Now I generally would just say good morning.
Good morning. How are you today? Yeah. Not kill yourself.
Yeah.
Or go suck start 12 gauge or whatever.
Yeah. You know what I noticed is when I started encountering people who had just gotten back from deployment.
Mm-hmm.
Now there's a level of intensity that people have that I had, that you probably had when you just get back from a deployment, where you're on that mode.
Mm-hmm.
And like back then, that's just how I was. But now to see it's like, whoa, it's just a completely different energy.
Yeah. So, I have not been in that world for so long. And part of me is actually really happy that,
yeah,
like even when I was with Fourth Force, as I was getting out, you had these guys who had been in, like, it was basically a peacetime deployment. They were just training people in like HOA, like Horn of Africa or whatever.
Yeah.
So I hadn't, so it's been a very long time since when people were going to war and coming back, you know what I mean? Right. And there was like a group who had gone to Afghanistan or something like, no, I think the majority of that unit that I was with, which was Fourth Force, I want to say that their guys who had deployed like many years earlier. Like it was 05 or something, since they had like a wartime deployment.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, like thankfully I haven't been around that for a while. But I'm guessing you kind of encounter that, right? Like guys getting back. And
I see it. Well, with my line of work being a therapist within the VA. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So I see it. Yeah.
Yeah.
At first, when I was kind of distancing myself mentally from that frame of mind, it was too much for me to be around.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, "Whoa, no, I just left this. I don't want to get infected by this kind of like mentality again."
Yeah. Trying to put it away.
Yeah, exactly. I'm trying to change away from that, but now it's just like, yeah, that's where they're at. So I'll just talk to them, and it doesn't faze me like it used to. By the way, can you hear my dog snoring?
No, I can't hear.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Can you hear my kids screaming in the other room? I'm sure
No.
Okay. He's in that phase where he's starting to give where he like realizes he can manipulate things by crying loudly. Because up until now, it's only been for like teeth problems.
Yeah.
And so now, like, we're having to, as parents, learn how to, redirect or whatever. Because and sometimes, it's like I've gotten so just laid back about some things that I think we would kind of flip the script on, how usually the grandparents are the soft ones and they let the
Yeah.
kids get away with anything.
Right.
Like I've kind of become like a little bit of a hippie, so I'm just like, yeah, whatever, kid. And then I really have to force myself into that role where it's like, hey, devil dog,
Get over here right now.
Yeah,
Right now.
Hey, kid.
Right now. 10 you were done. 0.
I don't know why we're trying to pull our mother's hair.
Yeah. I don't know why we're spilling daggone Cheerios on the daggone deck. Pick it up right now.
I don't know why we don't know how to change our own diaper yet. Oh, wait. Probably shitting in, like, I don't even know what you call it. This little toilet that comes first.
Kid thing, yeah.
Yeah, we use like a Russian term for it, and I can't even think of what it is right now. It's like, but they have such nice terms for stuff. Like they say soska instead of like pacifier. So we just say soska because it sounds better than binky.
Ugh. Yeah, there's some words I just can't get behind.
Yeah, binky is one of them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What we did have a show at one point in this conversation.
Yes. Yeah, we did.
Where we were talking about goals.
Goals, yeah. Okay. So here, we'll tie it all together. You ready for this? This is our linking topic sentence for this.
Bridge that
is shit. That like sometimes to help you, like if you focus on something, it's like I consider it like when they're teaching you how to drive in driver's ed and you're you're learning how to not crash into a semi as you're driving next to it, like a big tractor trailer. If you stare at the tractor trailer, the odds are your hands are going to shift that direction, and then you'll end up like the chick with the big boobs from that Sophia Loren picture. Except for she ran in the back of it. I didn't know that she died by like a car accident. I forget her name now, but you'll know who I'm talking about.
Rest in peace. Good old
Yes, rest in peace, lady who was like the Kim Kardashian of her era. But so the best way I find to not crash and burn, other than avoiding like huge pitfalls, like, I don't know, like for example, I decided not to drink through the darkest part of the winter because I know that like the statistical odds of something bad happening around the holidays, like suicide wise, right? Like a lot of people kill themselves during winter. And in this climate here where it gets super, super dark to where it's like the southern part of Alaska.
Yeah.
It's just best to not booze during the winter. So I was like, hey, 3 months gets me past the darkest period of the year.
Yeah.
Be good. The other thing is to try to focus on something positive. And if you work towards something positive, like focus on the road ahead of you instead of looking at the semi truck. Or if you're like a Mike Posner fan, you got to stop staring at the fire. I don't know if you ever heard that dude's stuff, but staring at the fire,
if you, it's the way our brains work. If you think like, don't think about red vines, because you're trying to not be a fat ass. All your brain hears is red vines, red vines, red vines. And it's going to go that way.
Yep. So goals for the year is a way to kind of keep yourself accountable and moving in the right direction.
Exactly. And Tony Robbins yourself once you do something right, have that infectious positivity about it. Yeah.
Like I got paid to go to another country. What? I'm not telling myself, oh, it was a 4-hour flight, bitch. Calm down. I'm trying not to anyway. I always had that.
That's
voice,
cool, man. No, that's cool.
Try to shut that down, So do you want to talk about your goals for the year first and then I'll go?
Goal. Get back under 200 pounds. That, Jesus Christ, even saying that, it's fucking embarrassing. But we're in a pandemic. I'm trying to give myself some slack here.
Yeah, dude. I think it's a difficult time right now. Like the whole world.
Yeah. Slowly get fully back into the lifestyle of triathlon. I have took a long break, and getting back in is hard just to find a motivation. All these triathletes I've talked to, hard to find any motivation right now to train. Because I think in the back of my mind is like, well, it's going to get canceled most likely. Or if I go, it's going to be a race again with nobody there. So there's kind of that going on. So fall back in love with a lifestyle of triathlon. I've been working on my coach on that. Just enjoying, being intentional about workouts.
Mhm.
And then be more present with my family, which can be hard when kids are loud, as you know.
Yes.
It can be hard because at that point I try to dissociate and put myself far, far away.
Yeah. Sometimes I go in the other room and it doesn't help. I mean, it does help me, but
Yeah.
my wife, unfortunately, she has to deal with him. Yeah. So be more present and get back to enjoying the lifestyle and like being really in it. Not enjoying it. That's probably not the best word, but
Yeah.
getting into the groove of it, right?
Yeah. I'd say even enjoy it. Like just enjoy the process more than just like, this is all the shit I have to do to get to a race.
Yeah. That's a good way to go about it. I wish someone had kind of taught me that like when I was younger, I guess,
That how to breathe and calm oneself down. There's so much like important things that none of us learn at school.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
Yeah, it's true.
I learned all kinds of dumb shit at school that I'll never use that I don't care about.
But not
Shout out to
really
all the
important
teachers out there
skills.
right now.
Yeah. What up, teachers?
If you're a teacher just losing your mind listening to the show, email us, mike@transitionsfromwar.com.
We're teaching kids mindfulness now.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Okay, man. Cool. Yeah, I mean, so my goals, um, dude, my body has just there's been a series of events in the last year and some of them hit this year, or hit recently,
Yeah.
where I'm starting to appreciate more. And I like to think that I've had an appreciation of this for a long time, but it's especially hit me recently that, you know, um, we don't necessarily have any guaranteed time on the earth, you know?
That is true.
Yeah, like there's a Marvel series coming out, and I think it's called like Moon Knight or something like that.
Uh-huh.
And that hot property guy, the one who played Poe Dameron, he was in Ex Machina or Ex Machina.
Poe Dameron,
Oscar,
who also
Isaac.
played Duke Leto Atreides in Dune.
Yes, that guy.
My
so he's the
man.
main character, right?
Okay.
Like Oscar Isaac, I want to say his name is.
That sounds right
But-
to me. Let's go with
But
that.
okay, so they started the PR blitz for this, and I like to check IMDb. Like if ever I'm watching a TV show, I always like to look at, oh, that actor played this person in this and this and this. And,
Mhm.
and I have like a brain for that kind of thing. So it's just something I do. And so I was on IMDb and it said, oh, Moon Knight's coming out in whatever number, whatever. And so I was looking to see who's in there. And there was a guy who was a title character, or not a title. He wasn't the title character, but he had a name that was obviously like he's some sort of superhero or bad guy who's going to like have more than 2 lines in a
Right.
major upcoming Marvel series. Okay. That millions of people are going to watch. And I looked at the guy and I was like, damn, this dude is really handsome. And usually that means they're going somewhere. Like if you watch Star Trek 2009
Mm-hmm.
and there's that opening scene, spoiler alert, where Kirk's father dies.
Oh, that's right.
The father, it's like a heart tug. You're like, oh man, that dude's a good actor and he's really handsome and he's going to go somewhere. Oh, hey, look, that's freaking Thor.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean? So this guy was like super handsome. I'm like, oh, this guy's about to break out. He's going to be somebody. And then like a week later, I saw, oh, French actor dies, 37 years old. Well, I'm 37. So I was like, oh, shit. immediate resonance. So I look, dies in skiing accident, which added, him and Sonny Bono.
Sonny
Sorry,
Bono.
not funny.
I don't know. It's kind of funny.
Like Sonny Bono. So, and actually there was this really popular Russian actor from the late 90s, early 2000s, also died in a skiing accident, like at the height of his fame.
Yeah.
Anyway, I looked it up and it was that guy from this Moon Knight. Otherwise, that would make no sense as a fucking story, right?
Yeah. So here's what I'm taking
some
from
other
that.
guy, but
Here's what I'm taking that. If you're a guy and Rich thinks you're hot, you are about to hit it big.
yes, you're gonna hit it big and then die right before you become.
Second of all, don't go
Somebody.
skiing if that happens.
Yes, if you're a Hollywood actor and you're about to have something released that's gonna make you a superstar, don't go skiing.
And third, which might be the only relevant part, is you don't know how much time you got. So be nice.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is. It's like you don't know. And for me, I don't know about you, Mike, but I think a lot of like, what's my legacy going to be, right?
Yeah.
Am I ever going to be, and I mean, in the Marcus Aurelius sense of things, like we're all going to be like, or the Kansas sort of thing, we're all going to be dust in the wind, right? Like Aurelius has that thing where he's like, and how many of Alexander's cohort do we still know who blah, blah, blah,
Yeah.
And so I was just thinking, like, this dude was about to the point where he was going to make his major impact. And he died. And you just never know. Yeah, man. So I'm just trying to like get my health in order so that I don't die by some freaking stroke or some shit in my 30s or 40s.
Isn't that how Elvis died? Didn't he have like a heart attack while he was taking a shit or something like that?
Yeah. Bro. Not to be confused with Lenny Bruce, who died of a heroin overdose on the shitter, but also on the shitter. Like,
I don't want to die. Please, if you find me, just like at least pull my pants up.
Pull my pants up, exactly. Like, no crime scene photos of me, like just, ass out, not even wiped.
Exactly. Just put my phone by me with Angry Birds on or something. That's a less embarrassing way to die.
Exactly. Yeah. So I guess to get around to it, like in the most circuitous way possible, my goals are all kind of just like, I want to be more patient. Because sometimes, I get angry when my kids going nuts.
Oh my God. Yes, I hear you, man.
Our kitchen is like attached to our living room.
Yeah.
So he likes to run up when I'm cooking or cutting things with a big BFK, a big fucking knife.
Yeah.
And then get between me and whatever's frying or whatever I'm cutting. And I get pissed.
BFK, not to be confused with BFE.
Exactly. I don't even remember what a BFE is right now.
Is it buttfuck Egypt or is it bumfuck Egypt?
Oh, bumfucked Egypt. Yes. Exactly. Bumfucked Egypt. Yeah.
I mean, buttfuck Egypt is probably a place too.
Yes, buttfucked Egypt is
it's another
it's a club. It's a club in the Netherlands.
Yeah.
It's in Amsterdam.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think I'm gonna. There's like a 60K race that happens about the same time as the Ironman and half Ironman in Tallinn, but I'm gonna just go to finish in the longest allowable time. Like if I can walk it, I'll be fine. This one's a 60K.
Yeah, so like 40 miles?
60K. Yeah, 42K is a marathon.
Siri, how many miles is 60 kilometers? It's 37.28 miles.
All right, 37.28 miles.
I changed Siri to be Australian.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
that's so much cooler than just like regular American.
Hello, Michael. Now it's 37.28 miles.
Sorry, I was going to say the Stephen Hawking Siri, but that's fucked up.
It's funny.
But so I'm going to do that. I want to be able to do 10 dead hang pull-ups, like solid pull-ups.
Yeah.
And for the strength training, I'm doing like straight body weight and kettlebells this year. That's my plan.
I
No
like
more
that.
barbells. I always mess myself up with that. So
Dude, I remember when you started training triathlon, your first day, you like fucked your
yeah,
back
that
up with
second year.
deadlifting.
Yep. Yep. So this year, no
Uh,
deadlifting.
no deadlifting. I fucked myself deadlifting too, and
Yeah.
maybe I'll get back into it at some point. But oh, here's the other thing too. That I'm doing is I got off social media. So off the book of face and off of Instagram.
It's
And
smart, man.
so far I like it. It was yeah, I wasn't getting what I wanted to about it with it. I was just, just becoming addict like behavior. So I'm off it and so far so good. I don't have dumb shit floating around my head all the time.
Yeah. Um, how dialed into, like, have you paid any attention or like seen any of the material out there that's talking about how those things are meant to kind of addict us?
I'm
Have you?
aware of that. I've
Okay.
heard it referenced. So I'll just agree with it without knowing all the metrics and be like, yeah, yeah. I mean, it's a good way to stay connected, but I'm not trying to be as all or nothing as I used to be. But with this, I need to be all or nothing, I think, at least for the short term.
Yeah, I mean, it's a good way, like for me to not be drinking right now. Like when I go back to it, like I will hopefully have different behavior. If I don't have different behavior, not like I was fucking getting housed or anything,
Yeah.
but it's just, you know, if it's impeding life, and then you can
I was, yeah.
adjust. You know,
Here's what I noticed for me is that I was doing things so I could take pictures for Instagram. Like not all the things I was doing, but I started thinking in a way of how can I present this on Instagram? And I'm like, fuck, I don't want to be like that. So
exactly. You don't want to be one of the people who tries to take a selfie on like a peak
yeah,
and falls off the
falls
side or
off,
anything like
dies.
that. Like the people who were playing Pokemon Go and just walked off cliffs. Like, fuck, I don't want that on my tombstone, you know?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So
Like,
don't die taking a shit and don't walk off a cliff playing Pokemon Go.
yes, if I die
Take
walking off a
anything away
cliff,
from the show today.
yes, exactly. And if either Mike or I die either of those ways, if we fall off a cliff, pull our pants up.
Pull our pants up, please.
Exactly. That's yeah. Um, there's like these big tech companies have, it's all algorithm based on your engagement.
Mm-hmm.
And your engagement, like I don't think they deliberately, and maybe they do deliberately do this, but I think the way the AI works, it doesn't understand that there's a dopamine hit. It's just they're trying to show you stuff that you're more likely to engage with, and then that is usually it's confirmation bias, which gives you a dopamine hit, or it's like just addictive stuff. So what I did, if you were looking for half measures when you're not, like I mostly don't use Instagram because I think that Instagram is built for that more. But I use, like, for Facebook, I have on my computer at least a news feed eradicator that I don't see my news feed. So I usually, if I take videos or pictures of the kid, I don't really like my kid being up either. So I just being up on, the interwebs. So I will take those videos and then I usually, or pictures, and I send them to like a couple people, usually my mom and dad and a couple other people.
Yeah.
But then sometimes my mom posts them and they get like, she tags me and they get hundreds of likes. And I'm like, oh, I really want to let's fucking post pictures of the kid.
Like me, please.
So it's just, yes, please like me. They like me. They really like me.
They like me. I need that thumbs up. I need that ha 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 emoji.
Yeah, exactly. Like, oh, my joke's funny because everyone gave me the ha ha ha.
Are we really crying, laughing as much as we text each other?
Or rolling on the floor laughing? Nope.
Oh, yeah, exactly. What is that, a raffle mouth?
Rafflemow.
That's rolling on the floor,
ass
laughing
off.
my ass off. Are we
Rafflemow.
raffle mowing as much as we say?
I'd be surprised if there was one Rafflemow ever. Or a Rafflemow when someone was not like baked off their ass or on some sort of drugs.
Yeah. Raffle mouth sounds like some awesome throw in jiu-jitsu.
It does.
Damn, son, that guy got raffle mouthed.
I won that match because I Rafflemow.
I know. I was at the karate tournament. He presented with crane kick, no can defend, but then I threw in that fucking raffle mouth.
Threw in the Rafflemow, and it was the most awkward thing when we had to clean his ass up off of the mat.
Because he laughed it off.
Yeah. Oh man. So I don't know, man. Oh, you know what? Here's how the goal ties around to the health as well.
Mm-hmm.
So did you know there's this like measure of like the number one way to analyze how long someone's going to live, aside from, regular health indicators, but you're talking after you get past a certain age.
Okay.
The thing that they said is like, there's some weird metric, and it's like a scale that some academic went through. You'll have to find it, but it essentially boils down to like how easily someone can get off the ground. So like if you sit on the ground or lay on the ground and you can stand up without the use of your hands, that's like the best rating. And then if you can use your hands, that's better, or that's also, it's like cool, but not quite as cool as if you can just get up using your legs. And then if you need to hold on to something, then you're progressively more likely to die earlier,
Interesting.
And one of the ways that, one of the reasons we're supposed to lift is for bone density. But I guess if you're doing calisthenics, it still counts. You don't have to go doing deadlifts. You can do some pistols or like air squats or something, and you still get some bone density from that.
Done. Okay.
I don't know.
Good to know.
I haven't read the studies on whether or not that, there's differences. I think they'll be really hard to study, right? Like, can't you imagine like, we did a longitudinal study for 40 years and no, I just don't see that happening. You know what I mean? Like, this guy did only single leg squats for 40 years. This other guy did only deadlifts for 40 years. I just don't think that's possible. But that's part of the reason I threw in the whole calisthenics thing. Like, I just know that I get injured if I'm doing barbell shit. So I'm trying to do that pseudo planche. Have you seen the planche before? I can't do the actual planche, but I can do some pseudo planche push-up progressions and stuff.
Are you trying to say plank, or is planche something different?
Planche is this thing where you like, I'm going to stand up, but so the planche is where you kind of do a push-up from like down here. And where those guys can like do a push-up with their legs not on the ground, that's a planche push-up.
Holy shit.
A pseudo planche push-up is where you kind of just slide your arms down from a normal push-up. And it works different kind of muscles, and then it works your core more.
I see.
So that's all. I don't know, man. You're just trying to not be a fat fuck. That's all.
Just trying not to be a fat fuck. I hear you, bro.
Yeah.
Which
trying
is
to set a
more
good
difficult
example.
these days.
It is, especially because, like, I don't know, man. We would probably, well, actually, in Estonia, it's different. But in the States, you would probably go to a place where, like a mall or something, and walk just to pass time on a Saturday or Sunday, or do something like that. And you can't really do that. I mean, if you have kids who are under 5, sucks, bro.
That's what it is. But if you put on weight and you're a listener, it's okay. Tell us about it. Email us. Don't kill yourself. If you're, all jokes aside, if you are having thoughts of suicide, definitely call a friend and say, hey man, things aren't going good. Let's just catch up and talk. Or you can also call 1-800-273-8255.
Can you say that again?
1-800-273-8255. And I'll put that in the show notes.
Good to know. It reminds me of the IT crowd. The IT crowd episode where they changed the emergency services from like something like 911 to something to like this string of, like 1-800-555-7765-4321. Like, and then later in the episode, there's a fire and he's like trying to call. I don't know. That's all right. So you should probably say it one more time for posterity's sake, because I just fucked it all up.
1-800-273-8255.
All right. Awesome. But yeah, man, I mean, I think this should be a good year. Like, I mean, I have hope that we probably won't be at the end of the, pandemic, but like, hopefully life will return a little bit more to normal. I'm hoping this summer to be able to visit the States, finally let my mom meet my kid in person. That would be great. Mom and dad and family, see everybody.
Yeah.
Hopefully we'll hop to California, see you guys. We'll be able to do an episode in person. Holy shit.
That'd be dope.
Yeah. That'll be really cool.
Cool, man.
So
I say, until next time, drink water.
Meditate.
Kill bodies.
Hello.
All right, everyone, that'll do it for this week of Transitions from War. Go ahead and subscribe to the show, follow it. Find us on Facebook, Instagram. You can email me, mike@transitionsfromwar.com with any questions or ideas for the show. And please send the show to people you know who might need to listen to it. Leave us a rating and review on iTunes if you get a chance. And just thanks for listening. All right, everyone. See you next week. Bye-bye.